Right. Topic continuation. Just now you have discussed about Archaebacteria, general characteristic features of Archaebacteria and a classification of Archaebacteria, methanogens, thermoserophiles and halophiles. In NCERT book given paragraph lines, read carefully paragraph lines. First read their local habitats, their general characters, next cell wall chemical composition, etc. Next, eubacteria. Eubacteria include coccus bacteria, vibrio bacteria, spirillum bacteria, and bacillus bacteria. Okay, coccus bacteria, vibrio bacteria, spirillum bacteria, and bacillus bacteria. B. Okay. Eubacteria means true bacteria. True bacteria. In eubacteria, cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, murin, or mucopeptide. Peptidoglycan, murin, or mucopeptide. Due to deposition of this type of cell wall material, eubacteria members also grow in all weather conditions. It is of various kinds: coccus bacteria, vibrio bacteria, spirillum bacteria, bacillus bacteria. Coccus, spherical shaped bacteria. Okay. Vibrio, comma shaped bacteria. Spirillum, spring shaped bacteria. Bacillus, rod shaped bacteria. These are the different shapes of bacteria. You must know singular form, plural form. Coccus, plural form. Cocci, singular form. Vibrio, plural form. Vibrium, singular form. Spirillum, plural form. Spirilla, singular form. Bacillus, bacilli. Bacillus, plural form. Bacilli, singular form. These are the different shapes of bacteria. Okay. Again, eubacteria broadly are of two kinds: phototropic bacteria, heterotrophic bacteria. Photoautotrophs, heterotrophs. Again, photoautotrophs are of two kinds: photoautotropic bacteria, chemoautotropic bacteria. Photoautotropic bacteria depend on sunlight. They trap energy from sunlight. But chemoautotropic bacteria trap energy, means carbon source, from any chemical compound. So autotrophs are of two kinds: photoautotropic bacteria and chemoautotropic bacteria. That's all. Then heterotrophs. Heterotrophic bacteria, some bacteria act as saprophytes, some bacteria act as parasite, etc. Okay. Saprophyte means bacteria release some digestive enzymes on dead and decomposing organic matter. Okay, dead plant parts, dead animal parts, etc. So bacteria release some digestive enzymes. Digest means after completion of digestion, digested food pick up by bacteria through their body surface. Clear? That is called saprophytism. An organism which performs saprophytism are called saprophytes. Best example, bacteria. That's all. Next to that is even bacteria again are of two kinds: useful bacteria and harmful bacteria. Harmful bacteria cause diseases in animals and plants. Okay, bacteria, animal diseases, some examples: cholera disease, typhoid, TB, tuberculosis, etc. And bacteria, plant diseases, leaf curl disease, bacteria blight disease, okay, etc. Next, some bacteria play a crucial role in nitrogen fixation. Like Rhizobium leguminosarum, Rhizobium racedocola, Azotobacter, Azospirillum, Bigerincia. These are various types of bacteria that play a crucial role in fixation of atmospheric nitrogen in soil in the form of nitrates, nitrites or ammonia. Okay, out of which some are symbiotic and some are asymbiotic. Okay, means free living. Then mycoplasma. Mycoplasma unicellular, unicellular uh, microscopic organism. This is the smallest monera. Cell wall absent, cell wall absent, cell membrane only present. Mycoplasma cause diseases in both plants and animals. Witch's broom, an example disease name is witch's broom. Okay, and animal disease best example pleuropneumonia. Pleuropneumonia, that is briefly about archaebacteria, eubacteria and mycoplasma, right? Next one, blue green algae. BGA stands for blue green algae. It include cyanobacteria, nostoc, Anabaena and Oscillatoria. Oscillatoria. Okay, very important. Cyanobacteria, nostoc, Anabaena and Oscillatoria. These are the blue-green algae members. They play a crucial role in fixation of atmospheric nitrogen in soil in the form of nitrates, nitrites or ammonia, and thereby they play a crucial role in recycling of nutrients, and it increases soil fertility. It increases soil fertility. In NCERT book, nostoc diagram given. Go through nostoc. Nostoc basically made up of three types of cells: heterocyst, hormones, okay, and trichomes. Okay, heterocyst is biggest cell, more thick in size, that fix atmospheric nitrogen. Hormones play a crucial role in fragmentation. Next to not trichomes, actinides. Actinides store reserve food material. These are the three different types of cells present in nostoc. Once repeat, heterocyst, hormones and actinides. These three types of cells present in nostoc. Nostoc on the outer side cover with mucus layer, mucilaginous layer. Okay, that is about blue-green algae. That's all. Next concept, kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista. It includes first general characters. You once go through Protista general features, their habitats, their type of nutrition, their reproduction, cell wall material or cell membrane chemical composition. Okay, this and all comes under general characteristic features of kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista include different types. Amoeboid protozoans, amoeboid, okay, sorry. Kingdom Protista include three different types of organisms. Photosynthetic, protistans, consumer decomposer, protistans. Next to protozoans. Photosynthetic protistans again are of three kinds. Chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, dinoflagellates and euglenoids. Euglenoids, three types. Chrysophytes again are of two kinds, diatoms and desmids. Diatoms and desmids. Dinoflagellates, best example goniolax. Goniolax. Euglenoids example euglena. Euglena. Clear? Okay. Protistants are of three kinds: photosynthetic protistants, consumer decomposer protistants, and protozoans. First, photosynthetic protistants. They, they are autotrophs. They perform photosynthesis. They prepare their own food by themselves. It is again are of three kinds: chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, and euglenoids. First, chrysophytes. Chrysophytes are autotrophs. They most living in water, both fresh water and marine water. It is are of two kinds. Two examples: diatoms and desmids. Diatoms. Diatoms are also called patches of seas. Patches of seas. They perform photosynthesis. They use as food for several aquatic animals. In diatoms, their outer shell is made up of silica, epitheca, hypotheca. Okay, these two shells join together like a soap box. Soap box. It protects intracellular material. Okay, diatoms are unicellular organisms living in water. Autotrophs perform photosynthesis. Shell is made up of silica. Very important. Next, desmids. Desmids also called golden algae because they looks like a light yellow in color, called golden algae. Here you must concentrate on diatomaceous earth. What is the economic importance of diatomaceous earth? Diatomaceous earth, also called Kessel-Gur. Kessel-Gur. Kessel-Gur, also called diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth, that means what, after death of the diatoms, shells, diatomaceous means silica made shells settle at the bottom of the seas and oceans, and it is widely using in rubbing of it used as rubbing material for several automobile parts, mission parts, etc. Also widely using in filtration of fuels, syrups, etc. That is the economic importance of diatomaceous earth. Then desmids. Desmids used as food for several aquatic animals. That's all. Next to dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates NCERT book example goniolax. Dinoflagellates also called whirling whips. They have unequal flagella. Due to presence of unequal flagella, dinoflagellates spin around themselves. Best example goniolax. In NCERT book, goniolax diagram also given. It is also covered with the two interlocked shells. Two interlocked shell. Shell is made up of cellulose. Cell is made up of cellulose. Okay. In diatoms, shell is made up of silica, whereas in goniolax, shell is made up of cellulose. These points are important. Okay. Goniolax also perform photosynthesis. They prepare their own food by themselves. That's all. Next to euglenoids. Example euglena. You know very well about euglena, structure of euglena, what are the parts in euglena. This topic is already covered in previous classes, class 8th, 9th and 10th, 11th also. Right? In euglena, cell wall absent. Cell membrane also absent. But pellicle layer only present. Okay? Euglena, the best example of mixotrophic nutrition. It performs plant characters and animal characters. Like plant, euglena also perform photosynthesis in presence of light. When deprived of light, euglena act as heterotrophs. Clear? So mixotrophic nutrition, the best example euglena. You read rest of the general paragraph points of Euglena, Gonelax, Desmids, diatoms, etc. Next, consumer decomposer protestants. Consumer decomposer protestants. Best example, slime moths. Slime moths. Slime moths mostly grow on dead and decaying plant twigs. When the conditions are favorable, slime moths show an aggregation. An aggregation means they perform quick growth. That is called an aggregation. Aggregation also called plasmodium. Plasmodium. When the conditions are unfavorable, plasmodium convert into fruiting body. Fruiting body. And the fruiting body produce large number of spores exogenously. Spores. It is fruiting body. Okay. Once I repeat, slime molds mostly grow towards dead and decomposing plant twigs. They pick up nutrients from plant twig. It shows an aggregation that is called plasmodium. When the conditions are unfavorable, plasmodium convert into fruiting body. It looks like balloon shape. Fruiting body produce spores exogenously. Then spores detach from each other, disperse into surroundings, settle on the substratum, means soil or any other conditions. When the conditions are favorable, germinate. On germination, spores gives rise new mycelium. That's all. That is about consumer decomposer protistans. The best example, slime moths. Next, protozoans. You remember plasmodium and fruiting body, two characters. Don't forget. Protozoans. You may heard the word protozoa in zoology. General characteristic features of protozoa. Okay, all protozoans are unicellular eukaryotic organisms. It is again are of various kinds, namely amoeboid protozoans, flagellated protozoans, ciliated protozoans, and sporozoans. Amoeboid protozoans, example amoeba and entamoeba histolytica. These members mostly grow in water. Mostly amoeba, unicellular eukaryotic organism, shapeless animal, and living in water, both fresh water and marine water. It has different types of vacuoles like food vacuoles and contractile vacuoles. Contractile vacuoles perform a crucial role in excretion, right? Pseudopodia. Amoeba has large number of pseudopodia, means false foot. With the help of pseudopodia, amoeba move from one place to other. On the other hand, it engulf food material. It pick up food material from surrounding water. That's all. Next, entamoeba histolytica, dangerous parasite. It causes amoebiasis disease. Number of pseudopodia in entamoeba only one pseudopodia. Okay, that is called monopodia. But in amoeba, number of pseudopodia too many. Next, flagellated protozoans. The first example, Trypanosoma gambiense, dangerous parasite. Trypanosoma gambiense. It causes sleeping sickness disease first found in African continent countries. Hence, it is also called African sleeping sickness disease. Okay, it has long flagella. With the help of flagella, it is able to move one place to other within the host. Within the host. Then you can read rest of the features of flagellated protozoans. Then ciliated protozoans, example Paramecium, unicellular eukaryotic protozoan, also called slipper animalcule. In Paramecium, there is outer surface covered with several thousands of cilia. Cilia is fine hair due to coordinated movement of cilia. Paramecium pick up water, along with the water food particles steered into gullet. Then food vacuoles pick up nutrients, digest food material. It has two types of vacuoles: anterior contractile vacuole and posterior contractile vacuole. Paramecium also contains two types of nuclei, macronucleus, micronucleus. Read rest of the characteristic features of ciliated protozoans. Last one, sporozoans. Example, Plasmodium, dangerous malaria parasite. Plasmodium are of various kinds, namely Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium movale, Plasmodium falciparum, etc. Okay, you might have studied about Plasmodium life cycle in zoology, pre-erythrocytic cycle. Okay, these features also important: pre-erythrocytic cycle and erythrocytic cycle. That's all. These are the four different types of protozoans. Clear? Next to kingdom fungi. Kingdom fungi. Dear students, you first go through general characteristic features of fungi, their habitats, their economic importance, their cell chemical composition, their types of reproduction, asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction. These are the general features of kingdom fungi. Okay, study of fungi is called mycology. Okay, father of mycology is Micheli. Fungus also one of the cosmopolitan, ubiquitous, universal microorganism. Like bacteria, fungus also grow everywhere, at low temperature, high temperature, inside the soil, on plants, on animals, in water, refrigerators, air coolers, air conditioners, everywhere. Hence, like bacteria, fungus also one of the universal microorganism. Then go through classification of fungi. Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes. Last one, Deuteromycetes. First, Phycomycetes. Based on their morphological character, habitats, and their type of reproduction, kingdom fungi can be classified into four classes: Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes. First one, Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes also called algal fungi. Common names: algal fungi. Ascomycetes, sac fungi. Basidiomycetes, bracket fungi. Bracket or club fungi. Deuteromycetes also called imperfect fungi. These are the other names of Phycomycetes classes. First, Phycomycetes. Read their general features. They reproduce in two ways: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction takes place by spores. Okay, sporangiospores. In Phycomycetes, mycelium is aseptate. See, aseptate, septate. Aseptate means hyphae without cross lines, called aseptate. Hyphae with cross lines called septate. Aseptate mycelium found in only Phycomestis, one important character. Whereas septate mycelium found in Ascomestis, Basidiomestis and Dideromestis. Okay. Sometimes they prepare questions based on what are the another names of classes. Algal fungi, sac fungi, bracket fungi, imperfect fungi, etc. Right? Okay. Phycomestis, some examples. Mucor, Rhizopus, okay, Albigo, etc. Second one, Ascomestis members. Before that, Phycomestis also reproduce sexually. Sexual reproduction include three steps: plasmogamy, karyogamy, and meiosis. Plasmogamy means fusion of cytoplasm. Karyogamy means fusion of nuclei. And meiosis. During sexual mode of reproduction, what happened? Two opposite filament, two opposite hyphae come nearby each other. Their cell wall ruptured and exchange of cytoplasm takes place. So fusion of cytoplasm is called plasmogamy. Next, plasmogamy followed by karyogamy. Fusion of nuclei. Fusion of nuclei is called karyogamy. Karyogamy result in zygote. Karyogamy result in zygote. Zygote undergo meiosis. And produce spores, etc. Very simple concept. Plasmogamy means fusion of cytoplasm. Plasmogamy followed by karyogamy. Karya means nucleus. Fusion of nuclei. Result in zygote. Zygote also called oospore. Then zygote undergo meiosis to form haploid spores. Spores discharge into surroundings, settle on the substratum. When the conditions are favorable, germinate. On germination, spores gives rise new mycelium. That's all. That is about sexual reproduction. Second one, Ascomestis, commonly called sac fungi. Ascomestis members having septate mycelium. They grow everywhere, called ubiquitous, universal microorganisms. Reproduce in two ways, asexual and sexual. Asexually by sporangiospores. Sexual reproduction occur by plasmogamy, same concepts, plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis. Ascomestis members also produce sex spores called ascospores. Ascospores produced inside the sporangium. See, look here. This is sporangium. These are all ascospores. That's all. Sac-like structure is called sporangium. Sporangium produces large number of ascospores inside. Okay, such spores are called ascospores, a type of sex spores. Next, in Ascomestis members, plasmogamy not immediately followed by karyogamy. Three steps are there now. Plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis. That's it. 1, 2, 3 steps important. In case of Ascomestis members, plasmogamy not immediately followed by karyogamy. There is small gap, that is called dikaryophase. Dikaryophase. Important. Dikarya. Di means two. Karya means nuclei. A single cell with two nuclei is called dikaryophase. It is just a temporal, only temporal. After some time period, the two nuclei fuse with each other, that result in karyogamy. Later, karyogamy followed by meiosis. Understood na? In case of phycomestis, plasmogamy immediately followed by karyogamy and meiosis. But in case of ascomestis and basidiomestis members also, plasmogamy not immediately followed by karyogamy. Such condition is called dikaryophase. In dikaryophase, cell contain two nuclei, that is called N plus N condition. N plus N condition means free nucleus are free without fusion up to some time extent. Such phase is called dikaryophase. Very important for NEET update exam. Dear students, you must concentrate on this area. Read NCERT lines. Next, ascomestis, some examples. Yeast. Yeast scientific name Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Yeast, Penicillium, what do you call that? Yeast, Penicillium, Aspergillus. These three are the examples of ascomestis members. Next, basidiomestis. Common name bracket fungi or club fungi. They mostly grow on wet wood, wet logs, wet walls, etc. Basidiomestis reproduce two ways, asexually and sexually. Asexually through spores, sporangiospores. In basidiomestis members, also we can observe dikaryophase. Okay, sexual reproduction absent. Sex organs absent in basidiomestis members, but sexual spores produced in basidiomestis members. Okay, sex spores produced in basidiomestis members. Look here, basidiocarp, basidium, and basidiospores. Okay, basidiocarp, basidium, and basidiospores. Diagram important. Basidiocarp is cup-like structure. Basidium is balloon, bubble-like structure. Basidium present inside the cup-like structure called basidiocarp. Basidium produce large number of spores exogenously called basidiospores. So sex organs absent in basidium, but sex spores produced from basidium. Basidium present in basidiocarp. This character is important. I am expecting one question compulsorily from this area. Okay. Next, basidiomestis members. Some examples: Agaricus, Eustallago, smut, and rust fungi. Okay. These are some examples of basidiomestis members. Last one, Deuteromestis. Deuteromestis also called imperfect fungi. Still, sex organs, sexual mode of reproduction not found in Deuteromestis members. In future, if any scientist identified sex organs or sexual mode of reproduction in Deuteromestis members, means obviously Deuteromestis members shifted to ascomestis or basidiomestis. That's all. Deuteromestis members reproduce in two ways. Same concept, say sexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Clear? Mycelium is septate, having cross lines. Some examples of Deuteromestis members: Alternaria, Colletotrichum falgatum, Trichoderma. These three are the examples of Deuteromestis members. Remember, very important. Then fungus, economic importance. Fungus widely using in production of antibiotics. Fungus also acts as scavengers. They clean our surroundings and maintain hygienic. Hence, fungus also acts as municipality workers, scavengers. Right? Some fungal members, example mycorrhiza, show an association with gymnosperm plants. The best example, Pinus root system. Okay, mycorrhiza, a soil fungi living in soil, make association with the root system of Pinus. An example of symbiosis. These are the main points covered from fungus, kingdom of fungi. Next, kingdom Plantae and Animalia. All of you concentrate on fungi. I am expecting compulsorily one question, at least one question from kingdom, fungi, general characters, classification and examples. Followed by economic importance of fungi, also important. Next to Plantae. Kingdom Plantae. Next kingdom Animalia. Followed by virus, viroids, prions. Next to lichens, etc. Kingdom Plantae. This chapter contains just 2 paragraphs lines, 1-2 paragraph lines about kingdom Plantae and Animalia. So just read NCERT book lines enough. Kingdom Plantae include all types of unicellular and multicellular organisms, and plant performs, means plants are of 2 kinds, lower living plants, higher living plants, non-flowering plants and flowering plants. Clear? Non-flowering plants are of various kinds, algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms are non-flowering plants. Angiosperms are flowering plants, higher living plants. Alternation of generations first found in plants, bryophytes, pteridophytes, etc. Gametophyte character, sporophyte character. Gametophyte character alternates sporophyte character. Similarly, sporophyte character also alternate gametophyte character. That is called alternation of generations. Clear? Next, kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia include unicellular, multicellular animals, lower living and higher living animals. Okay, reproduction mostly sexual mode of reproduction takes place in Animalia. Kingdom Animalia. Nutrition, mostly holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition common in Animalia. Holozoic nutrition means a process of collection of food into the body through mouth, buccal cavity. Mouth is called holozoic nutrition. That's all. That is about kingdom Animalia. And you will learn extra information, detailed information about kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia in coming chapters. Here discussion, no need. Then virus. Virus, acellular structure, crystal-like structure. Study of virus is called virology. According to Latin language, not Greek, Latin language, virus means venom or poison. Venom or poison, toxin. A virus active inside the host. If once it come out of the host, it become inactive. It looks like crystal shape. Crystal shape. In NCERT, some scientist names, their inventions, discoveries given. Study carefully scientist name and their inventions or discoveries. An example, Bijerinkia, Ivanovsky, Stanley, W.M. Stanley, their inventions, discoveries, important. I am expecting one question compulsorily from scientist historical account, right? So, viruses, the diagrams also given in NCERT. TMV virus, tobacco mosaic virus, and bacteriophage virus, too important. Tobacco mosaic virus frequently attack tobacco plant and reduce crop production, decrease crop production. You roughly go through once diagrammatic representation of TMV virus. In TMV virus, genetic material ssRNA. In bacteriophage genetic material dsDNA. So virus virus has genetic material either DNA or RNA, only one. Okay, mostly ssRNA present in plant viruses. ds DNA ds DNA, ss RNA or ss DNA common in animal viruses. Animal viruses. Okay, TM virus contain ssRNA and bacteriophage contain dsDNA. That's all. Then go through diagrammatic representation of TM virus and bacteriophage. In TM virus, it is embedded with the protein coat, protein sheath, outer coat. It is made up of large number of capsomeres. Okay, ssRNA on the outer side covered with the protein coat, that is made up of capsomeres. That's all. And bacteriophage. Bacteriophage frequently attack bacteria, release their genetic material into bacteria and replicate inside the bacteria. Hence it is called bacteriophage. Clear? Bacteriophage widely using in biotechnology experiments. We discuss about biotechnology. Already the topic covered in previous sessions. Then viroids. Before that, viruses cause disease in both plants and animals. Both plants and animals. Viroids. Another type of infectious agents which are very smaller than viroids. Famous scientist A.O. Diner. A.O. Diner first identified viroids. Viroids cause diseases in plants. Best example, potato spindle tuber disease. Potato spindle tuber disease reduce crop production. It has ssRNA as genetic material, single strand RNA as genetic material. Next, in viroids, there is no protein coat around genetic material. It has only genetic material, that is ssRNA. Around ssRNA, no protein coat. Next, prions. Prions are another microscopic infectious agents which are very smaller than viroids and viruses. It has its own genetic material, that is ssRNA. Prions cause diseases in animals. Example, mad cow disease and scrapie disease. Mad cow disease and scrapie disease. Okay, mad cow disease also called technically bovine encephalopathy. Bovine encephalopathy. Technical term. A person who eat improperly cooked beef, those persons usually affected by CJD. CJD stands for Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Okay, this is common in human beings. A person who take improperly cooked beef, those persons usually affected by CJD, stands for Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Creutzfeldt, one scientist, Jakob, another scientist. These two fellows first discovered this disease among human beings. Among human beings. As the name indicates, disease is also called Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. That's all. Next, lichens. Lichens are the best pollution indicators. They won't grow in polluted areas. They mostly grow on free areas, means pollution free areas, particularly air pollution. In that, sulfur dioxide pollution, SO2, sulfur dioxide pollution. They never tolerate sulfur dioxide pollution, a type of air pollution. Hence, the area where lichens are growing, surrounding areas mostly free from pollution. Hence, lichens are the best pollution indicators. Lichens are the best examples of symbiosis. Lichens are made up of phycobiont and mycobiont. Phycobiont means algal member. Mycobiont means fungal member. These two members, though these two are differ from each other, but living together and benefit each other. Okay, mycobiont means fungal member provide all types of nutrients, moisture and protection from surroundings to the algae. At the same time, algae provide shelter and food for fungi. Hence, algae, fungi living together and benefit each other. This is the best example of symbionts. These are the almost main points covered from biological classification. Dear students, watch this video properly. Then immediately after completion of watching video, immediately read NCERT lines. Then practice objective questions. Right? Hope you understood. Thank you very much. Prepare well. Have a nice day.